Backing up toward the garage, as you saw in our side-by-side coverage, this Daytona 500 has been a tough one for the 12 of Ryan Blaney and for the 45 of Tyler Reddick.
Where we need to watch is this 45 car and the 4 car on the outside. A little bit of gap here. Kevin closes in, contact with the 45. That's what also catches the 12.
And then it's on.
Yeah, it didn't take much. It looked like Tyler was having trouble holding on to it, and as soon as that Ford got back to his bumper in the corner, it just unfortunately turned him right into the 12.
Let's listen to Harvick here.
I just got it in the rock spot of the corner there. I don't know if I actually even touched it, but it just came out from underneath him.
Man, did you see how close chassis? If they're able to make quick time of them when they catch them.
Oh,
they're wrecking.
Big wreck.
That's a product of catching those cars. Everybody's on a little bit different.
A pileup in turn 1 with 18 laps to go. Michael McDowell, Ryan Preece, Martin Truex among those involved. Kevin Harvick with damage to the right front. And Preece had such a great Daytona 500 going, and it's gone. This will be the 5th caution flag of the day, 3 for cause plus the 2 stage breaks, and the 2nd multi-car pileup of this Daytona 500. Martin Truex thought that night.
Getting stacked up on the inside. Not at all. Here comes Stenhouse. Big shove by Larson.
And around goes the 3. Crash in turn 3.
That fast. Unbelievable.
And that will decimate roughly half the remaining field.
We always say it, cautions breed cautions.
7th caution flag.
That is not at all what you wanted to see, RC.
Not sure how that started, except that Austin Dillon got turned.
They all got stacked up. He got into the back of Kyle Busch, had him sideways, jacked up. They had to lift, accordions.
So how did the energy build back there to take the lead away from the Childress cars?
It all...
It's the white flag, the next flag ends it. 3 wide.
Well, good. You got the help.
Larson tried to go to the middle. Oh, he got turned.
Larson Pastrana in the fence. We are still green. No, the caution is out. And we'll wait for official word on whether Ricky Stenhouse or Joey Logano has won the Daytona 500.
Come to the checker first, baby.
Christopher Bell in the mix. Those 3 cars out in front of the crash.
Slow down.
They'll have to cross the line, but one of them will win the Daytona 500.
What is Bell doing here? Oh.
On the track, caution and checker.
Chevy, Ford, Stenhouse, Logano. Here is how this will be decided. It is not the flag. It is not the caution lights. It is
caution. AJ Allmendinger. Ooh, into the wall. Hard.
Allmendinger was 16th. He brings out the 4th caution at lap 76. So it's about 50 degrees in those grandstands. What's it like in the race car?
Comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, because you're building body heat. I mean, you're warm inside the car. The heat's radiating up through the floor. It's creating heat inside. Ooh.
That all started with a 47. Looked like a 47 checked up, stacked them all up. They hit the brakes, accordioned. AJ Allmendinger was in the bad end of the stick on that one. Wow. Hard hit. So 47 clear up right here. Has to check, and then they start stacking up behind him. Blaney into LaJoy, into him, turns him around.
They're all going for the same real estate.
Right.
Restart. Logano and Hamlin on the front row. Chastain and Byron. Gregson on older tires with Kyle Busch. Here we go. Oh boy, and around goes Ty Dillon.
A bunch of them. Martin, Christopher Bell, Blaney, Almirola's around.
Priest is in it. Busher misses it. So does J.J. Yaley. Kyle Larson,
A lot of damage.
hard on the brakes. Cody Ware and Austin Dillon.
I think Bell's got the worst damage for sure. Reddick down here stuck in the grass. Almirola's stuck in the grass.
I still can't see the right side. 22 caused that.
Remember the 42 on older tires. Noah Gregson. We'll have to go back and see what happened here, but there are several cars piled up. Now they're all stacked up right. Oh boy.
Both lanes too, all over the place. This takes me back to the rule that they've changed this rule. The restart. They've added length to the restart zone. And what does that do, Tony? It gives you a chance as a leader to do a different thing, to differentiate yourself and juke them out, if you will, of when you take off. That stacks the competition up behind you, or it can.
Let's ride with Christopher Bell.
Take some chances and utilize your experience to make those moves, and it really helped the quality of racing down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, and if you have those guys, as we have a caution,
6th caution of the day, and it's for the 35. That's C.J. McLaughlin.
Heavy damage to the front end of that car.
AMR safety team will go over and tend to CJ.
Well, now the game changes. Everybody's back in it.
double file now.
You know who this is really big for? Parker Kligerman. You go back to that cycle of green flag pit stops. He got turned around, no caution, lost all that track position. He'll be back in the draft on the lead lap when we return.
Bye.
21 has no help right now. Who's going to get that first run? Here comes the 1.
Sam Mayer's never won in the Xfinity Series. There goes the 1 to the outside of his teammate.
Through the middle of the 21. Oh my goodness.
Mayer is turned. He's upside down. The caution is out. And now the question becomes,
the leader?
Who was leading at the time of caution? Oh my goodness, 2nd straight year.
Sam Mayer back on his wheels. That's good.
We've had a spectacular crash on the back straightaway on the final lap.
It's going to be interesting to see when that yellow flag flew.
Too loose. He asked him to tighten it up just a slight bit for him on their last pit stop, and we've got yellow on the track.
Yep, 2nd caution of the day. The first, the competition caution. Ooh. And the 2nd one here for the 08 of Greg Alding.
Looks like a right front tire. Well, it's definitely down now. I don't know if that's what started it, but looks like a pretty solid hit to the right side.
Now I wonder, do you flip the script if you didn't pit before? Do you pit now?
Well,
and then you know, you're probably in position to maybe come up there. I don't know. You're not going to have a bunch of laps, but you could come up, get some stage points, maybe win the stage, and then do you stay out? I don't know. There's just so many options with the sets of tires these teams have that they usually are not afforded in one. All those drivers that made pit stops restarted anywhere from 20th on back. Problems up front. And that's the 00 Cole Custer.
Lots of damage.
Into the wall. Look at the left rear. I mean, it is really crunched in.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. I did not get a good glimpse of how that happened, but that is a ton of damage. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack, if not the fastest, the first part of the race.
They lost those 4 or 5 spots on pit road after they won stage 2, and then they just really could never find their rhythm.
Front went down. Wasn't down when it was cautioned.
Wow.
And maybe that's why we saw him struggling a little bit in that last run. You know, we saw him lose some spots, couldn't really go anywhere, and then, you know, you wonder if that right front was soft.
You see him at the top of your screen, sparking already, right when it sparked, and that's probably the sway bar arm, meaning there's no air in the right front.
Austin Dillon.
Yeah, nothing he could do, right? I mean, you're all bunched up on a
progress too.
Hey, keep an eye on that 9 truck just behind our leader, Tyler Ankrum. Colby Howard has been bouncing around a lot.
Oh, Daniel dies around.
And the caution is out. This will be our 4th one of the night. First one for incident.
Clay Greenfield, the 84 truck is involved. This looked like Haley Deegan, the 13, got a piece of that. That's Dean Thompson. And in the 5, we saw fire out from under the back of that truck.
Greenfield was a big mover. He had driven all the way from the back of the pack up to 11th at the end of that first stage.
Yeah, terminal damage right there on that truck.
Needs to give it up.
2 cautions early for a little rain. Had the caution in stage 1, and now a crash. And there you see the 13 of Haley Deegan. Heavy damage on her Ford.
That's not good there. That truck was on fire.
And he's going to drive. Yeah, obviously.
That engine's going to blow up.
Yeah. Spider needs to tell him to shut that thing off and
Shut it off, come to a stop.
Well, and then come to a stop.
Yeah.
Is that what
about
you're
that?
Phil?
Pretty much about that. Yeah. Oh, look at Matt DiBenedetto with such a great start to the race.
This is crazy.
Oh, no! And there goes Stuart Friesen. Contact into the wall.
And there's more trucks involved.
Caution is out. 5th one of the night. That will end the stage.
That's Brett Holmes, the 32 on the inside grass. The 9 of Colby Howard around.
Howard did a great job of not having that truck snap all the way around on him and into the outside wall, hung on to it.
2nd crash of the night. This in stage 2. Tyler Ankrum will get the green and white checkered flag. Chase Purdy comes back in 2nd.
A lot of damage to Stuart Friesen's 52 truck. Boy, I saw that coming when they were pushing down the backstretch, and man, looked like they got from being square behind one another.
Had a little bit of a look like Stewart might have moved up.